Toastmasters, Mr. Toastmaster, honored guest. I've shared before about videotaping speeches, and today I'm videotaping my speech again, and I will also be sharing again on the subject of videotaping Toastmaster speeches. It's going to be a little bit different today, though. As I've shared before, in 2008 I joined Toastmasters. Actually, in 2007 I joined Toastmasters, but a few months afterwards I started to videotape my speeches for the purpose of improving my delivery and improving my content and observing how I appeared on camera in front of the room. And I found that there were some other hidden benefits to videotaping speeches aside from just the delivery points and from self-improvement. Specifically, I'm referring to PR and exposure. Video makes a very good exposure tool for getting speeches out there and exposing me to a bigger audience. And I'm going to share about that a little bit today. There's three particular benefits to this that you might have overlooked and you might not have given really any thought to. So the first point is that you can, if you use video, you can use this to share about business interests or nonprofit interests that you might be up to. And you've heard several members of our club do this before. Now, it would be inappropriate for me to come up here and promote a business or try to sell a product or a service or give some kind of a sales pitch directly. But if you do it tactfully and you present something inside an appropriate context that's designed in such a way to appeal to the target audience and the reason why people are here, then it can work. So for right now, our example today is the target audience I'm speaking to is a Toastmasters club. And since I'm putting this on video, it's going to be sent out and distributed to some other people I know at other clubs. So Toastmasters is my target audience, and therefore anything I present to you today is designed to appeal to a Toastmasters audience or people who are here specifically to learn how to improve their public speaking skills, or for whatever reason they might have come to Toastmasters. So second benefit to putting things on video, it's a great PR tool for a club. When I put this out on video, it's going to be distributed as something that came from Raleigh Talkmasters, or our club specifically, as distinct from other clubs. So that says something about who we are as a club. It says that it shows that we're a little bit progressive, because I can see that most people don't videotape their speeches, and as far as I know, most clubs, or the majority of clubs, don't actively promote the use of video in speeches. And I think that that in the long term is going to benefit our club in terms of the branding. One of my commitments this year as president of our club is that Raleigh Talkmasters be the premier club in the triangle for personal growth and development. And I think that it's important that inside of that we continue to expand ourselves and try new things and think outside the cage, as we've recently heard. So a third reason for using the video is that it's a good training tool. Some of you may be familiar with something called the Successful Club Series, and Raleigh Talkmasters is a President Select Distinguished Club. We've been a President Select Distinguished for 3 years running, and there's a number of different goals and measures that have to be met in order to maintain that distinction. I'm committed that I will not be the person to break that chain. We will be 4 years running. So one of the objectives that I'm going to be going after for the next 10 months before the end of the next Toastmasters year is completing a module out of the Successful Club Series. It's a pre-designed set of training materials that is intended to help a club grow in the key areas that are critical to its success. One example is we have the Finding New Members module. I may present on that one, I may do another one. I'm going to encourage other people to present on topics inside this series. Again, you combine that with a video camera, it becomes even more effective, because those training modules can help people not only in our club, but it can actually then be distributed out to the other clubs to help them use some of the content that we put into those speeches to train their new officers and their club members. If we do this exceptionally well, it could really work great, not only from the standpoint of training, but that also ties back into my second point about public relations. Because if Raleigh Talkmasters becomes an example of a club that provides high-quality training materials and high-quality content, and we distribute that over video, that again boosts the branding of the club. So going back to my first point, if you have a nonprofit organization, if you own your own business, if you have a political cause like maybe some of us have talked about in here, and you want to share about that, you can use some of these different techniques to fit this inside of a context that's designed to benefit the club. For example, everybody in this club knows that I'm a writer and I've done workshops and I have 2 books out. I've never come up here and directly promoted any of these things, but I've shared about them inside various different contexts that fit inside the speeches that I was doing. So if you look at the audience that you're presenting to, now again, you may not necessarily have the same goals that I have. granted, because I'm the club president and I have specific goals for this club. But whatever your particular goals are for why you're in Toastmasters, you want to give some thought to this in terms of the content of the speech that you're presenting. And I would strongly recommend that you look at video as a tool to enhance that and to get the word out, whatever it is that you want to share, whatever it is that you want to promote, whatever goal that you want to forward. The video can definitely help you do that. It's a very powerful tool. So I invite you today, as you go home and you go out into your day and you go back to work or whatever else you're going to be doing after you leave our meeting today, to just start to consider and explore the possibility, what might be possible for you, for your life and for your goals and what you're up to if you were reaching a broader audience and a larger audience with the speeches that you deliver in front of the club. What might be possible if you developed your content strategically to appeal to the audience that we present to at Toastmasters. A lot of times you might hear that this is a practice room, that it doesn't really necessarily matter what happens in this room because you're practicing for where you're going to deliver the speech in the real world. And that definitely has value. That's true. At the same time, this is a real live room full of people, and these are people that we get to know and we meet every week. So you want to think about what message you're conveying to the people in this room as well. So that's all I have to say for now, and just think about that as you go forward, Mr. Toastmaster.